Hi YouTube! In this video I want to show you a really nice bargain phone that I got from honorbuy.com. This phone is called the Xiaomi Redmi Note 2. Like always, it comes in a very plain cardboard box like this one with some specs on the back that are actually correct. It comes with a micro USB data and charging cable. Also included is a 2mA wall charger. Honorbuy also included a European plug adapter for me, and last but not least, it also comes with some Chinese paperwork. This phone has a 5.5 inch capacitive 10-point multi-touch screen with a 1080 by 1920 Full HD pixel resolution. It is an IPS display, it looks like a one-glass solution, and it also has the sunlight display feature. It has the MT6795 64-bit Octa-Core SoC, also known as the Helio X10, and right now it's clocked at 2 GHz. It has 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal memory, and it also supports TF cards up to 32 GB, I guess. Right now it is running on Android 5.02 Lollipop with MiUi on top. It is a Quadband, it is totally unlocked, and it also supports 3G and 4G. It has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, AGPS, it supports GLONASS and Baidu. It has a G sensor, a proximity sensor, a light sensor, a magnetic field sensor, it has a gyroscope sensor, a multicolor notification LED, and it also has an IR blaster, so you can use it as a remote control. It supports USB on the go and firmware updates over the air. It comes with a removable 3020 mAh battery. It has two cameras, one main camera with a 13 megapixel output. It has the so-called PDAF, meaning face detection autofocus, an LED flash, and it's an f2.2, and a selfie cam with a 5 megapixel output, and it's a f2.0. This phone is a dual SIM, dual standby phone. It weighs about 160 grams and it's about 8.3 millimeters thick. Let's take a closer look at the device. We have the notification LED right here, the front-facing camera right there, and a proximity and light sensor hidden somewhere. The home, back and menu buttons are capacitive touch buttons and they light up very nicely in a red color. On the bottom we have the micro USB port and a microphone. Absolutely nothing on the left side. On the top we can see it has a 3.5mm headphone jack, a secondary noise reduction microphone, and this is your infrared blaster. On the right side we can find a volume rocker and the power button. On the back we can see it has the main camera right here, the LED flash right there, and a speaker. Now the back cover has a matte finish, it doesn't feel slippery at all, and it won't attract many fingerprints. And if I can get this phone open for you, I can show you the inside. On the inside we can see that it takes two micro SIM cards. This is your TF card slot, and of course this is your 3020 mAh battery. Like always, I installed additional apps and games for demonstration purposes only. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment sections below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to find out more about this phone, please stay tuned. There it is, MIUI running pretty smooth and fast, pretty much as we all know it. I did flash an official developer's firmware right away after I got the phone. I was hoping it to be a multi-language firmware. Unfortunately I was wrong. Now the firmware I'm running right now only supports English and Chinese, but I really wouldn't worry about it. This phone is very new, I'm sure there will be plenty of custom ROMs available. Let's go into the settings to show you which version I'm running right now. Let's go into about the phone. Here we can see the MIUI version I'm running right now, and you can also see that it's running on Android 5.02 Lollipop. Let's go into some additional settings, and right here we can see it has a one-hand operation mode. You can choose different screen sizes which you want to emulate. We have the languages and input. We can check out the storage. There it is. And we also have the notification light settings right here. And we can see that it supports blue, red, yellow, green, cyan, white and violet. And I guess that should pretty much cover all the colors you need. Let's go back. We also have a child mode right here. so you can restrict the apps that your child might be using on this phone and protect it with a password. We also have a light mode. This is something for the elderly, I guess. I'm not gonna demonstrate it right here because I'll have to reboot the phone. Let's see, what else do we have here. We have some display settings. We have something new that I have never seen before on MIUI called a reading mode. Let's go into there. Now the reading mode reduces the display background glare, I guess. You can adjust the strength and you can have it always on all apps, or you can select different apps where you want to use it. Let me just turn it on, and as you can see, it's turning the display into a very ugly color. I guess it's good for your eyes, but I don't think I'll ever gonna use this. We also have the colors and contrast settings right here. We can choose between cool, standard and warm colors. I prefer cool. And also right here you can see that it has the automatic contrast feature, which is also known as the sunlight display. I will show you the feature later in the gallery. Let's go back. What else do we have here? We can change the themes, we have wallpapers, we can manage all the notifications, of course. We have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi settings, and of course we also have our Dualsim settings. You can freely choose which one of the SIM cards is supposed to be for the mobile data. And of course we can also select your preferred networks right here, if you like LTE, if you prefer 3G, or if you want to save some battery and use 2G only. I guess that pretty much covers the standard settings. Now let me go into the engineer mode for you. Right here we can check out the band modes. Let me go into SIM 1 and we can see it is a quad band. I really don't know why Xiaomi always says it's only a tri-band. I'm pretty sure it's a quad band. Now here are all your 3G frequencies, and now let's check out the LTE modes. It supports band 1, band 3, band 7. Unfortunately right now there is no band 20 support. There might be a fix for that, but I really don't want to make any promises. And we also have some TD-LTE frequencies right here, band 38 through 41. I guess that covers it. Next up, let's check out some Google apps. Now the Play Store came pre-installed even on my stock firmware that came out of the box and is working just fine. Let's check out Google Maps. We can do a little zooming and rotation, and let me just load a random address. And we drop a pin, and let's check out the Street View. Now Street View is just working fine. We can do a little zooming. We can also switch into a compass mode. Now that tells us that the magnetic field sensor is working just fine on this phone. That should cover the Google apps. Next up, let's check out what Antutu has to say. It's initializing, it always takes a second. Let me go into my history, and I can show you that it scored at 49,205 points, which is very good. Close to 50k is definitely a very decent score. Let's go into the info and check out some information about this phone. Here we can see it's running on Android 5.02, it's a 64-bit. We have the MTK CPU and the renderer GPU right here. We also can see that it supports multi-touch, and let me give it a try. And I don't know if you can see this. Yes, we can. It supports a 10-point multi-touch. And if I scroll all the way down, we can see which sensors are supported. But of course, I'm gonna test these sensors separately. I think I'm gonna do that right now. Let me get out of there and let's check out the Android sensor box. And let's go back. We have the accelerometer, also known as the G sensor, and of course it's working fine. We have a light sensor, let's give it a try, and it's also working perfectly. No problems here. We have the orientation sensor. We have a proximity sensor. And we also have a gyroscope sensor, which I'm also going to test with a different app. We have the sound sensor, and we can see it has a main microphone right here, and also the secondary noise reduction microphone is getting readings up here. And of course we also have a magnetic field sensor, and again I'm gonna test it with a different app. Let's get out of there. For the gyroscope sensor, let me just load this live wallpaper. Now this live wallpaper only works on devices that support a gyroscope sensor, so it's working perfectly. We can also test the compass with the stock compass app, which I really like a lot. We allow location services. We agree. As you can see, it looks like a camera, and if you tilt the phone it switches into the compass. And we can also use a kind of water level right here, and if I turn it back we can see how it's working right here. I really think this is a very cool app. Let's go back and let's check out what CPU-Z has to say. We can see that it's clocked at a maximum speed of 2 GHz and it has 8 cores running. And again we can check out all the sensors right here. Proximity light sensor, magnetic field sensor, all the sensors are getting readings, so they are working perfectly. Let's get out of there. And next up let's check out Ninomark. Now I'm not gonna run a benchmark, I'm just gonna show you the result. It's scored at 60.1 frames per second, which is very cool on such a high screen resolution like this one. Let's see what else do we have here. We can run one more benchmark. Let's try Quadron Standard. Let's run a full benchmark, and of course this is boring, so I'm gonna do a jump cut. Done. And the score is 23,299 points. Let's get out of there. What else do we have here? Let's switch over here. Now one important issue nowadays is stage fright, of course. So let's test some stage fright apps right here, and we can see right now with this firmware it is not vulnerable, which is good news. Let's try a different scanner and it says everything is okay. So with this firmware you really don't have to worry about stage fright. We can also test the Wi-Fi strength, and to give you an idea how good or bad it is, let me just compare it to my Xiaomi Mi 4. And as you can see, the Wi-Fi reception is very strong on this phone. Now on most parts in my house it has a better Wi-Fi reception than my Mi 4, and the Mi 4 is excellent already. So Wi-Fi is really good on this phone. Let's see, what else do we have here? We can check out the browser, of course. Let me go into my bookmarks and let me just load the BBC homepage. And it's loading fast. Scrolling is very smooth. Zooming is also extremely smooth. And it renders the homepage really fast. Rotation speed is good, so browsing is definitely a real pleasure on this phone. Next up, let me go into the music app to give you an idea how the sound quality is. Let me go into my offline and let me choose a song I have a license for. Let's just go onto something big. And let me turn up the volume. Now I think the speaker is very loud and very clear and really nothing to complain about. We can also check out the camera app, and I don't know if I'll be able to show this in this video, probably not, but I can at least give it a try. Now this is the face detection autofocus, and I don't know if it will be able to show in the video, and I really have no clue how this technology actually works, but I can assure you that the autofocus is very fast. We have also some features right here, and you may notice that there's one feature missing compared to my Mi 4 or Mi 4i. Now this phone right now does not support the refocus mode, which I think is pretty sad. We also have some filters right here, and there's one more thing missing. When I go into the camera mode, you can see that it supports time-lapse, but the slow motion is not working on this firmware. Now I really hope they're gonna fix this, because this SoC is highly capable of super high slow motion recording. Let's see, what else do we have here? We can of course test a USB on the go. Let me just hook up my USB thumb drive, and we can see it is mounting, it is working. Let me go, whoops, I'm sorry. I guess you just have to trust me on this one or not. Let me go into the file explorer. And where do we have the... I really don't know. Anyway, trust me, USB on the go is working. We can safely remove the USB thumb drive, so that is not a problem at all. We can see it also found some updates right here, and we have a battery warning. I have it running on high performance right now for the benchmark tests. Let's get out of there. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have different themes, of course. You can download plenty of free themes from the theme store, which is always nice. We have very cool security features. We have a cleaner, we have a block list, we have a virus scan, and we can also manage all the permissions right here. We have auto start permissions. We can manage different permissions right here, and we also have root access permissions. So I did not root this phone at all. I just had to give the root checker basic some permissions, and let's see if that's working. Where do I have the root checker? Let's check for root access, and congratulations, this phone is rooted. Next up, let's see, anything else right here? I can show you the weather app, which I think is very stylish. We have moderate rain in Bremen right now, and the raindrops are moving thanks to the accelerometer. In Baltimore the weather looks much better, and let's go back. We also have the standard clock features. We have an alarm clock. We can switch to a digital mode right here. Of course we have a clock, different time zones. We have a stopwatch, and of course we also have a timer. Nothing special, I guess, but I think it's looking very cool. Anything else I can show you right here? Let me go into the gallery. Let me go into offline. We also have a cloud feature and a people feature, which only works in a cloud album, I'm guessing. Let's check out some videos. Now a 1080p video playback is no problem at all. Let's just give it a try. Let's run a standard MKV 1080p video, and it's running smoothly. But I also have a 4K video on this device, and it is not running 100% smoothly, but at least it is trying to play the video, and it's running most of the time, but I wouldn't rely on it. I think this phone does not handle 4K videos all the time. Let me go back and let me go into my quick toggles, and let me turn on the brightness all the way. Now let's go back into the gallery offline. Let me go to my wallpapers, and let me try to find a wallpaper where I can demonstrate this feature. Now this is the sunlight display feature. It will automatically increase the contrast if the light is adjusted. I don't know if you can see this, but it's working really nice. Anyway, let's go back. Let's see if I missed anything. I think that pretty much covers it all. Now let me tell you what I'm thinking about this phone. Some thoughts about this device. The build quality is very good, but it's not perfect. The back cover can be a little bit squeaky sometimes. The display is very good. The colors, contrast, brightness and viewing angles look great, but in my opinion the Mi 4i display looks slightly better. The performance is very nice, I mean 50K on Antutu is a very good score in my opinion. The Wi-Fi reception is also very good, it is stronger than the Wi-Fi on my Mi 4 at times. The GSM 3G and 4G reception is good, also the call sound quality, nothing to complain about. The GPS is fast, the reception strength is very good, and thanks to GLONASS and Baidu support it is also very stable. The media speaker's audio quality is okay, it is very loud and clear, but of course there's always room for improvement. The audio quality through headphones is very good, now especially in combination with piston earphones. You may have to adjust the equalizer settings a little, but believe me, it is totally worth it. All the sensors are working well, there's nothing to worry about. The camera picture quality is always in the eye of the beholder, so please make sure to check out some sample pictures on my blog. You can find a link in the video's description. I like the camera, even though there are a couple of features missing, but hey, that's just my humble opinion. Please make sure to check out the pictures and judge for yourself. I also like the multicolor notification LED a lot. What I don't like is that LTE band 20 is not supported. Now there may be a fix for this, but I do not want to make any promises I can't keep. Bottom line, I think this phone is a real bargain. It is not a flagship device, but I think you get a lot for your money. Last but not least, let me try to show you the viewing angles of this phone and do a little gaming. Thank you so much for watching and hope to see you next time.